Hello everybody, it's me, Tonic TZW, and this is the Kagero in World of Warships Legends. Um, I'm in Division. This is a stream highlight. I was out with my buddies Chinlarden and LiquidDigital, and we had a pretty hot game of this one. And I've titled this one Chasing Wins, Not Krakens, because looking back and watching the replay, things were good in this game. We'd had a not great game previously where we were up against a division of our friends who apparently weren't watching the stream. But given the number of torpedoes that were avoided on that stream, we'll have to take their word on that. But I'd like to think I can trust them. But we do have a division of all the big ships out there on the red team, and we're going to have to look out for those. We have got one of my favourite destroyers, a Lightning, out there as well, and I know how that's played, so I'm very wary of him. We've got a Benson, which is another gunboat, and I can't remember what the third destroyer was, but hopefully we won't. I think it's a Fletcher. Yes, there we go. It's a Fletcher. And he is going to be the first victim of the game, I think. But as we push in, Chin and I are double teaming. He's got those super fast 90 knot torpedoes on the Ostergotland. I've got quite long range torpedoes with the Kagero. And we're pushing in. We've got the Amagi spotted. We see the battleships. And rest of blue team are pushing for air. And the Amagi realises he's spotted and starts to do his turns. So we only put one set out there, and we're watching to see what this Amagi is going to do. Is he going to turn away from the cap, knowing there's a DD there? But we get the Fletcher spotted, so he's taken one of Chin's torps. I go guns on him. I put a spread out to stop them pushing in, and we start to go guns on this Fletcher. Chin obviously doesn't have smoke. What he does have is some quite rapid firing guns. Now those torpedoes are looking good, and Chin is going to beat me to the punch on this one with his rapid reload just before my torpedoes reach and just before I get a reload on my guns to finish the Fletcher myself. And yeah, let's just say it would have been nice to have that first kill off the board, but it's gone to the division, so we're happy with that. And now we are going to push this Amagi. LiquidDigital is bringing up the rear. We've got a fire on the Amagi. That is ticking. Chin has got torps running out already again. It's a very rapid reload on that Ostergotland. So what you lose in smoke, you gain in offensive capability. Now Chin has a flood. I have a fire on the Amagi, and he is going to tick down, and Chin takes the kill with his flood rather than my fire. So that's the second one up to Chin, and another opportunity missed by me. You know, I wasn't firing, thinking I don't need to, because I'll get spotted. We'll let that fire burn, and hopefully that will take the kill. But how wrong could I have been, eh? But we're in talk, we're sort of in party chat on this one, and I say to Chin, okay, you take that cap, I'm going to push round for B because the battleships are pushing in to the centre. Red team have managed to take A cap, and the destroyer out there is running away from it, and I think the other ships out there are going to turn tail and start running as well. So I managed to get a shot through the gap on some torpedoes, and we're going to turn in because we don't know if those guys are going to go left or right, but they obviously know that there are two DDs across here. And I'm thinking they're going to push through, they're going to go out to A and then come out the other side of A. But thankfully, they're going to play nicely into our hands. And Part of me was thinking I should have stayed on that cap with Chin and turned it a little bit quicker, but we couldn't afford to let these guys push too hard and too far, so we moved to counter them. Now I know that Missouri has got radar, and I'm very wary of that. He sees those torpedoes coming, so he knows there's a destroyer here, and I'm expecting to get lit up any moment. The Bismarck is pushing, and we're thinking Bismarck, big secondaries. So what can we do about that? The answer is we've got some torpedoes, and I'm watching, and I'm so close to my concealment radius. Literally, I think I'm about 300 meters off it, but the Belfast is there. Now, I fire the torpedoes slightly behind them as I try to get this turn in, really hoping that I don't get spotted because I know that it is going to be murder with that Bismarck, and I'm quite certain that there's still a destroyer out here. Now, the Bismarck decides that he's going to punch his engines and move forwards, but we do manage to land one on his tail. Now that isn't ticking, he's repaired it straight away. We've got another set of torpedoes on the way, and so because we've got some cover with this island and his big guns are pointing the other way, we are going to try and light a fire on him and burn him down. Chin's got torps, I've got torps. It's 74 knots versus 90 knots, but mine get there just before Chin's do, and finish that Belfast to give me my first kill. And I'm feeling quite happy about that, having missed out on the first two. Now the Kansas is pushing through to LD is out there trying to tank these guys as best as he can. We've lost pretty much everybody that was over on air cap to like broadsides from the Kansas, the Bismarck, the Missouri, and that Roma that came sailing through with us is just going to carry on sailing through, heading, you'll see he's just north of B cap at the moment, but he's just going to keep going after that other battleship that's way out of the game at the rear. Now, although I fire a second spread at that Kansas, the first spread are good, but at the same time we lose LiquidDigital to the Missouri, and we see air lightning pushing in. Now that Missouri, I'm thinking he's next one around the corner, and this could be a third punch in the face for that division. But Missouri thinks best of it, and he turns away. Having dealt with LD, he decides that he doesn't want to be anywhere near us. So we get some shots over the top onto him, and again, it's trying to start a fire and get something ticking on it. Chin is pushing as well, and as I start to push back out this way, because I don't want to be near the lightning. Like I said, I know he can outgun me. He has sonar, and it's a very agile boat. But we've almost got the cap here. Roma is still chasing that single battleship out the back, and he's obviously completely unawares of the fact that the Missouri has turned around, and he's going to find himself as piggy in the middle, or should we say the ham in a sandwich. We see the Missouri pushing back up, we've got torps up, and we put a spread out there, but I think we just fire those a moment too soon, because I think if I'd have waited a little bit, I think this would have been a much better shot. The lightning is behind us. I want to open some distance, but I want to try and turn and get my guns. We see that Missouri is still pushing forwards, but we're going to let those torps run, having learned our lesson from that last battleship kill in Save It if we think they're going to hit. Chin, sorry for my sniff. It's 4 ships plays 3. Missouri lights up his radar, and sadly Chin is going to get spotted by that and end up in a gunfight with the lightning. And although his guns were pretty solid earlier, he's going to go down to that lightning. So it is now 2 plays 4. I'm still lit up on radar. I'm trying to stay close to this island just so this Missouri can't get across the top at me. But I know he's pushing forwards. We spot the Missouri, he's coming forwards, and we spot the other destroyer as well, which is a Jervis, and that is not going to bode well for me, I'm thinking, because I've got two gunboats on my tail now. But we put the torps across the corner, thinking the Missouri is going to push. I'm asking the Roma to get back and take care of this Missouri, but he's not going to do it. Thankfully, in fact, it's a Benson. The Benson pushes out and picks up two torps, giving me a dev strike. But the second spread of torps missed the Missouri, so I reckon he must have had a good idea that those were coming. But very good play by this Missouri so far. Somebody's obviously put a lot of time into the game to afford the steel badges for that one, and they certainly know how to play their ship. They're on B cap. We still have two caps. They're turning a third on us. We have a slight lead. The Missouri is now trying to get shots on the Roma, and the Roma is still trying to carry and kill that battleship at the back of the map. I decide that if we're going to lose B cap, then we're going to have A cap, because I should have an advantage against this Missouri, although I know there is still the Lightning out there, and that could be problematic for me. But we're on 3 kills. The Colorado disappears to the Roma, and the Roma turns and heads back in. So he's come a long way from where he started, back at the the bottom end of D cap, and now he's going to turn around and come back towards us. The Missouri goes guns on him. I think I have no idea how he's predicting these torpedoes, but he's got some very good turns at just the right moment. But he does take a hit and a flood again, and repairs that one straight away. And as I'm just about to disappear from being spotted because of that island, he says, we get another fire on, but the fact that I am still detected means that that lightning was close. But we dropped that detection, so I know roughly, obviously, what my detection radius is when I fired my guns. We can see it's on the edge of B cap, so I want to kind of turn away a little bit and open some distance from that Missouri, thinking that he's going to push again. But that fire, I think, is ticking. It has stuck to him, and I think I should be pretty safe. He's focused on the Roma. I can get some shots across, try and get another fire, and take him off just that little bit quicker. But in my haste, I make a bit of a mistake, and I sail off that cap. And well, if I'd have thought a little bit more, I could have turned that a bit sooner and kept that lead up. But we get a second fire on this Missouri. We are certain that he is pushing towards the destroyer for will to rebuild. And as you can see there, I'm still spotted. I ping to the Roma roughly where that destroyer is, and I turn back to secure this cap, thinking that if we lose the Roma, then I'm going to need a cap advantage and have to run to potentially seal the win for this game. Now the Roma has pushed right in now. He gets the Lightning spotted. Lightning pops a smoke. Roma gets some shots on, but I think misses everything. And I know that I'm safe pretty much from his guns, and I'm safe from his torpedoes, because he's going to focus the big ship and then come after me because I'm the easy prey. But the clock is ticking down. We've got 1 minute 10 left there. We do have, what is it? We've got kind of a 300-point advantage almost. So unless he kills the both of us in a minute, we should have this one in the bag. Now the Roma is going to soak pretty much all of my torpedoes, but that doesn't matter, because when the Lightning pops up a little bit later, he's not going to be where that smoke screen was. But 10 seconds to go on the cap. We're securing the advantage here and hopefully securing the win. There is the Lightning. You'll see I've got 4 kills, and there's absolutely no reason for me to push out and get in range of him. I give the Roma a well played, even though I didn't have a clue what he was doing up the top of the map, earlier in the game. But together with this Roma and with the division of Chinlarden and LiquidDigital, we have secured an absolutely solid win for this team. And even though I know I'm not going to be able to turn this cap, I push towards it. I end up with just under 124,000 damage, a high caliber dev strike, 4 kills, no Kraken this time. But the best bit about this is we managed to pick up, drumroll please, 7 kills for the division, and I pick up 3,389 base XP. So that potentially could have been a 3,500 plus game if I'd have gone onto that cap with Chin, and it could have been a Kraken game if I'd have just been a little bit quicker on the trigger. But I hope you've enjoyed this game. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll get another video up for you soon. Take care. Goodbye.